Hello my dear students. Today we will continue our electrostatics of electric field. In previous class we have studied the electric field of single isolated point charge. Now we will extend our study. We have to study the electric field of electric dipole. First we will go what is electric dipole. Then we have to discuss the electric field of the electric dipole. Before going to electric dipole, first you recall in your chemistry class in 11th class polar and a non-polar molecule. Then I will take you an electrical device. You already know capacitor. In fan, motor, you are using capacitor. Inside the capacitor, an insulating material is kept inside the capacitor to increase its capacity. That insulator made of so many number of molecules, and each and every molecule are treated as here polar molecule. Polar molecule means in this molecule the center of the positive distribution of charge and negative distribution of charge are not coinciding. If it is coinciding, then we will say that it is a non-polar molecule. But polar molecule, the positive charge center and negative charge center are slightly displaced. Center of positive charge and the center of negative charge are certain distance apart. Then we will call that this is polar molecule. In physics term, we are saying it electrical dipole. Electric dipole. Di means two. Pole means place of charge. That means this system consists of two charges. Specially, what type of charge? Now, charge are same magnitude, opposite in nature. If it is plus q, then it will minus q. Separated by certain distance apart. This is known as electric dipole. So, what should be the definition of electric dipole? Electric dipole consists of two equal and opposite charges separated by certain distance apart. In physics, we call it electric dipole, and this is an imaginary line joining positive charge and negative charge called as axis of the dipole. You should be very clear about this. In this figure, this is O is known as the center of dipole, and distance between two poles of the charge is called as dipole length. Here we named it 2L. From A to B, distance is 2L. Why it is written 2L? From O to A we can call L, and O to B we can call it L. That's why AB is treated as 2L, dipole length 2L. O is the center of the dipole. Some factors attached to this dipole we have to discuss. First, we have to discuss dipole moment. What is dipole moment? How its magnitude is calculated? Now, its magnitude is calculated as product of charge of each pole of the dipole. The dipole, there are two charges, plus q and minus q. Total charge of the dipole is 0, but charge of each pole is q. So, dipole moment is defined as magnitude of the charge of each pole and dipole length. Simply you remember dipole moment of an electric dipole is defined as the product of magnitude of the charge of each pole and dipole length. This is dipole length and this is magnitude of each charge of the dipole. You never say charge of the electric dipole. What you will say? Charge of the each pole of the dipole. And its SI unit is charge for coulomb, 12 for meter. So its SI unit is coulomb into meter. And its dimensional formula should be like this. For charge we can write A1 T1. For length we will write L1. So dipole moment dimension should be m to the power 0, L to the power 1, T to the power 1, A to the power 1. And electric dipole moment is a vector quantity. Its direction always taken as along the axis of dipole from negative charge to positive charge. From here it is a negative charge and here it is positive charge. So dipole moment direction is taken as from negative charge to positive charge. You may ask, sir, why this formula is q into 2l? Why it is termed as negative charge to positive charge along the axis? You should ask why its formula like this and why its direction is like this. Now why this formula q into 2l we will discuss later. Actually only one thing you remember, dipole moment means turning effect. In later class we will discuss when electric dipole is kept in the electric field, it has a tendency to rotate it. While it rotates, moment of force acting on it. When we will derive this moment of force formula or torque formula, in that case you will know this formula dipole moment, how it is derived q into 2l. In a later class we will discuss, that is in your course, so you should not worry about it, why it is q into 2l and why it is direction is from negative charge to positive charge. Now you have to just remember dipole moment of an electric dipole is defined as the product of charge of each pole of the dipole and dipole length. Its SI unit is coulomb into meter and it is a vector quantity and its direction always takes place from negative charge to positive charge along the axis. So you see the diagram, from negative charge to positive charge along the axis. Clear? Now some another question attached to your dipole. Question may come, so what is the charge of the dipole? You always say charge of the dipole is 0 because there are two charges, plus q and minus q, so total charge of the dipole is always 0. Now our concept is ideal dipole. When we will discuss the electric field of dipole, we have to an idea what is ideal dipole. By mathematically in book it is written as what is ideal dipole. Now dipole is said to be ideal. Ideal means very good. Ideal student, ideal teacher. Even you have heard about this, you also write essay in your exam. Similarly, when we will call dipole, we already know what is ideal dipole, then that is good dipole. Our sense of what dipole will help in which case, why you study dipole? Now we are interested dipole to study its electric field. What we will study? We will study its electric field. Electric field means electric field intensity. We already in the previous class we know that if magnitude of charge will be more, field will be more. Similarly here also, if magnitude of the charge of the each pole of the dipole will be more, then electric field will be more. So ideal dipole characteristic says that its magnitude of the charge of the pole should be very large. If a question comes, why ideal dipole charge should be very high? So you will give answer, if charge will be more, field strength will be more. Then another point you mark, written 2L is 0. 0 means tends to 0, that means very small. Charge should be very high and dipole length should be very small. You already clear why charge is so high. If charge is so high, then electric field will be more. If dipole length will be so small, that means within a small space we will get larger field. So what is the characteristics of ideal dipole? Space should be very small and field strength will be get very high. That means there are two boys. One boy within 1 hour gives the result. Another boy 5 days or 3 days give you result. Then which one will you prefer? 1 day or 1 hour? Similarly, here there are two dipoles. One dipole gap is so large, one dipole is gap is so small. This one gives electric field 10 unit, this one gives 10 unit. Then which one will be preferable? This one, because it is portable, size is so small. That's why the definition of ideal dipole, that's why it is always written, charge magnitude is so large, that means infinity, and dipole length should be very small. That means within a very small space, we will get more amount of electric field. This is the definition of ideal dipole. Now we have to discuss the electric field of our ideal dipole. So next part we will go The heading is given here. Electric field intensity due to ideal dipole. You know what is ideal dipole? Different cases are there. First case one, this is the derivation part. You have to practice. What is this case? Now you have to discuss the electric field at any point on the axial position of the dipole. At any point on the axial position of the dipole. Another name of this question is also end-on position. First you see the diagram very carefully. While you practice, if you keep the diagram perfect, so your derivation part is okay. Derivation is not a complicated one. First diagram part is very important. First you see, this is the axis of your dipole. There are two charges, minus q and plus q. This is collectively known as electric dipole. This position is A and B. O is the center position of the dipole, and its dipole moment direction already you discussed. You have to mention here. Along the axis from negative charge to positive charge, we are showing the dipole moment at the center of the dipole. Here we have taken dipole length is 2L. That's why OA is L and OB is L. Then we have to calculate the point on the axis of the dipole. From the center to the desired point P is here and distance is R. Ideal dipole means 2L is very small. That's why it is written R is very much greater than 2L. That means dipole length is very small. That means this is ideal dipole. Now your task. How will you calculate electric field intensity at the point P here? This is a discrete problem. Discrete problem means there are two charges separated from each other. First you have to calculate the intensity due to minus q. Then you have to calculate the intensity at plus q. Then by vector method we can calculate the resultant of intensity. First you see the diagram. I am saying diagram part is very important. This is vector concept. You should learn very carefully. You should see here. This is the desired point. Our aim is we have to calculate the electric field intensity due to this dipole. That means first we have to calculate this charge minus q which is situated at A. Then we have to calculate it due to plus q situated at B. That means there are two source charges. First you see minus q source charge is here, point P is here. We have to calculate intensity. In previous class we have read if the source charge is negative, then nature of intensity is converging. Converging means towards the source charge. So EA vector is towards the minus q. Because test charge is kept here, that is positive. When this source charge negative, this test charge will attracted to this source charge. Only you remember if source charge is negative, then the nature of intensity is converging. That means towards the source charge. Similarly, due to plus q, source charge is positive. Intensity due to plus q, that means EB is diverging. That means outwards. Now very clear why EB vector is outwards, EA vector is inwards. EA, again I am repeating, EA vector is inwards due to negative source charge, converging in nature. EB vector is outwards due to positive source charge, diverging in nature. In previous class we have studied. Again one thing you mark, EB vector I have taken larger amount, EA vector is smaller amount. Why? In previous class you remember intensity is equal to beta magnitude of the source charge by distance square. Here both the source charge magnitude is same, beta is constant, only R is different. P point is very small distance from B, this point P is very large distance from point A. So when we calculate the intensity at the point P due to A, that is a larger distance, that should be very small. That's why EA vector is very small, EB vector is very large. Clear? So while you drawing this, EB vector should be very large, EA vector should be very small. Again these two vectors are anti-parallel, that's why angle between two vectors is 180 degree. Now we clear this diagram. Again I am repeating, while you do the diagram, first to draw the axis, two negative charges minus plus Qn situated at A and B. O is the center of the dipole, P is the dipole moment vector along the axis from negative charge to positive charge. Desired point is P, which is distance R from the center of the dipole. At the point P, there are two vectors of intensity due to different source charge here. Minus Q, that is named as EA, towards, as it is converging towards minus Q. Plus Q charge is diverging, that EB vector is outwards. As Q is very close to the point P, intensity EB vector is larger than intensity EA vector. And angle between EB vector and EA vector is 180 degree. If you will find the resultant of these two vectors, so resultant vector will be larger vector sides. That means your resultant vector will be towards right hand sides. That means the resultant vector will be along the direction of dipole moment. Then next part is we have to calculate. First to EA. What is the formula of EA? Beta. Source charge is Q. Distance between PA. This distance is R and this distance is L. That's why R plus L whole square. Formula is previous class we have read that beta source charge by distance square. Here beta source charge is written small q, distance instead we write R plus L. Similarly EB very close to this. Distance is R minus L, that's why R minus L square. From these two calculation it is very clear EB greater than EA. Now we have to calculate the resultant intensity E vector. E vector means EA vector plus EB vector. Angle between them is 180 degree. That means anti-parallel. Now using vector law of addition, in class 11 vector analysis we know that the magnitude of a resultant vector will be difference of magnitude of two vectors. EB is larger, that's why EB is written first, and A. As two vectors are anti-parallel, formula is EB minus EA. You clear why I have written minus? As vectors are anti-parallel. Now from these two common terms are beta and Q. And R minus L square, R plus L square, LCM is R square minus L square whole square. First term will be R plus L square minus second term will be R minus L square. By using simple algebra, this is 4AB, 4RL. Now just we have rearrange it. This is important term for you. You just rearrange. Beta is here. 4 term, 2 term is taken outside. Q is taken inside. 2 term is taken here. Q into 12 into R. Now you clear why keep this in bracket Q into 12. Because Q into 12 is the dipole moment. P is equal to Q into 12. So formula is beta dipole moment small r divided by R square minus L square whole to the power 2. As ideal dipole means 12 is very small. That means R is very greater. As L is very small means that is less than 1. So this higher order terms, L square term, will be neglected with respect to R square term. You should be worried about, sir, L is very small, how L square term is neglected? Now simply you see, if 2 square, which one is greater? You will say, sir, 2 square is greater. But if you will write 1 by 2 and 1 by 2 the square, which one will be greater? 1 by 2 will be greater. Similarly, as L is very small, man, that means this category, less than 1, then its square term will be smaller. That's why square terms are very small, these are neglected. So, the reduced term is electric field intensity beta P, and this term will be how much? R4, and this one is R. R4 and RQ, beta 2P by RQ. This is your working formula. Intensity due to electric dipole at axial position, proportionality constant beta 2 into dipole moment by RQ. In vector form it is written as with the unit vector R cap. Direction of E vector is along the direction of P. Again I am repeating. How it is possible? Now here written this EB vector is greater than EA vector. So direction of a resultant vector will be towards right. Dipole moment is also towards right. So we can say that direction of electric field intensity is along the direction of dipole moment. That's why it is written here. The direction of electric field intensity is along the direction of dipole moment. So after a derivation you have to remember these two lines. The formula beta 2P by RQ and the direction is along the direction of dipole moment. If in problem you are interested, do the problem in SI system vacuum. So instead of beta, you will write 1 by 4 pi epsilon 0 2p by RQ. In CJ system, you can write only 2p by RQ. As usual, we are written in electric field intensity or Coulomb's force. Then, if any medium, you can write E is equal to E0 by K. As like electrostatic force, we are also writing F is equal to F0 by K. K is dielectric constant or relative permittivity of the medium. So, if in exam this type of question will come, how will you derive the electric field intensity due to ideal dipole at any point on its axial position? First importance is do the diagram perfectly. Then step by step you calculate EA and EB. Then by using the vector principle and you do practice this, and final answer should be beta 2p by RQ, and direction of electric field intensity is along the direction of dipole moment. When you see this video on that specific day, you should practice the derivation part in your rough copy. Now another case for electric dipole. What is this case? Now here we have to calculate electric field intensity due to ideal dipole. Dipole you know very clear. Ideal means charge is so large and the dipole length is so small. Now question is, we have to calculate electric field intensity at any point on its equatorial position. If you will see the diagram, then you will be very clear. What is equatorial position? Another name is also perpendicular bisector position. You see the diagram. Diagram is very important. First to draw the axis. There are 2 points marked round here. It will be marked very clear. Minus Q and plus Q. Name is A and B. Center position is O. Dipole moment is P vector. Negative charge to positive charge are along the axis. O is the center of the dipole. This is perpendicular bisector position. This is 90 degree. For bisector means this one is the same as this one. And this is also known as equatorial position. We have taken any arbitrary point P here. First I have joined PA and PB. PA and PB are taken as X. And X will be how much? R square plus L square root over. And this one is 90 degree. Same case. Here I marked theta. I need this theta. I need also cos theta. Cos theta by trigonometry, that is L by X written here. Same procedure we have to calculate EA and EB vector. Vector concept is very clear. Here the point P, first we have to discuss intensity due to this charge minus Q, that means due to A. Minus Q, this is negative source charge. Negative source charge means intensity direction is converging. Converging means towards the source charge. So EA vector is towards minus Q. Similarly, EB vector due to plus Q. Plus Q is positive source charge. That means diverging. That means away from the plus Q. So now you very clear EA vector and EB vector. These two vectors are acting at the point P and acting as two adjacent sides of a parallelogram. So by vector addition, this is the resultant vector along the diagonal of the parallelogram, E vector. Now you should clear geometry. This angle is theta and this angle is theta. So this is exterior angle 2 theta. And this is bisector. Obviously this one is theta and this one is theta. Why I am saying this? Now from geometry you clear that this line and this line are parallel. Here you see dipole moment is towards right. Resultant intensity is towards left. That means in this case, resultant intensity is opposite to dipole moment. But in previous case what happens? Now electric field intensity is along the dipole moment. But in this case, electric field intensity direction is opposite to dipole moment. This is very important. We have to compare first case and second case. When we have to calculate intensity at axial position, that means first case, intensity is along the dipole moment. But while we have to calculate the equatorial position, intensity is opposite to dipole moment. Now we have to calculate. Here EA vector magnitude is same as EB vector magnitude. Why? The magnitude of both the source charge are same, distance x are same. That's why magnitude is same. beta source charge is q divided by x square. Now you have to calculate resultant field intensity. E vector is equal to EA vector plus EB vector. In this notation you have to write angle between two vectors 2 theta. You just mark here angle between EA vector and EB vector is 2 theta. Then by using vector law of addition, E is equal to EA square plus EB square plus 2 EA EB into cos 2 theta root over. This formula you have to read in class 11 vector addition. Now you see EA and EB are same magnitude. That's why instead of EB I have written EA. So this one is EB square and EA square. That two mixed, that is 2 EA square. EA into EB, that is EA square. We have taken 2A square common. That is 1 plus cos 2 theta. By using trigonometric formula, 1 plus cos 2 theta is replaced by 2 cos square theta. Then we have taken root over. Out of 2 2's, that is only 1 2. EA square, that is only EA. Cos square theta, that is written as cos theta. From the triangle, right angle triangle, we have written that cos theta is equal to L by x. So I have put here L by x. And EA and EB is beta q by x square. I have put here. Beta taken outside. Q into 12 kept in a single bracket. It represents dipole moment P. Beta P by x cube. In case 1, answer was beta 2P by x cube. Here it is beta P by x cube. X is how much? R square plus L square root over. We have calculated here. If dipole is ideal, that means L is neglected. So x is equal to R square root over. That means x tends to R. So I replace this formula beta P by R cube. This is the formula of electric field intensity due to dipole at equatorial position. While you have to calculate this formula, you have to compare the case 1. In case 1, answer was beta 2P by R cube. Here beta P by R cube. In that case, direction of E vector is along the dipole moment, but here the direction is along the direction of E vector is opposite to P vector. Again I am repeating, in case 1, intensity is beta 2P by R cube, axial position, but equatorial position beta P by R cube. In axial position, intensity vector is along the dipole moment P, but here direction of E vector is opposite to P. Similarly, for vacuum, you can replace beta 1 by 4 pi epsilon 0 P by R cube. For CGS vacuum, you can replace only P by R cube. For any medium, simply you can write vacuum answer divided by dielectric constant. This is the case 1 and case 2 usually asked in board exam. Now another case is for you. We have to calculate the electric field intensity due to a ideal dipole at any arbitrary point. Any arbitrary point means it is not necessary axial position, not necessary in equatorial position. Any arbitrary point we have taken here. How it is calculated? First see the diagram. Minus q plus q, this is your dipole, ideal dipole, and this one is L and this one is L. That means dipole length is 2L. Dipole moment is minus q to plus q, that is P vector along the axis. This is perpendicular bisector. Now in arbitrary point M is taken here. OM is R vector. You see P vector and R vector, angle is theta. This is data. Angle between dipole moment and R vector is theta. Now in which way the calculation is done, you just see step by step, not to be hurried. First to see the dipole moment P vector is here. What happens here? Now we have this dipole moment P resolved into two parts. This is rectangular resolution vector concept part. This is P cos theta. Theta is attached to here, and this part will be P sin theta. Now you see, this is your dipole. Previously dipole is in this way. Now it is splitted into two parts. One is P cos theta and another one is P sin theta. First one is P sin theta, and your desired point is here. Your desired point is here. You see here, this is your now again I am repeating. Initially your dipole was in this way, dipole moment. Now it is splitted into two parts. One is P cos theta, another part is P sin theta. So you make in your mind, we have to do the two problems simultaneously. First one is P cos theta. Your desired point is here. You just remember this is similar to case 1. Dipole moment and you are along the axis. Along the axis means you have to calculate intensity along the direction of dipole moment. This is case 1. So your intensity will be along the direction of dipole moment. That's why E1 vector is in this way. And similarly, P sin theta. Here you see this point is equatorial position like the second case. So electric field intensity direction will be opposite to dipole moment. Dipole moment here, so intensity is here. So you should be very clear why E1 is along the P cos theta and E2 is opposite to P sin theta. Again I am repeating, E1 is along the P cos theta. This is similar to case 1. E2 is opposite to P sin theta. This is similar to case 2. Now combining E1 and E2, this is resultant vector E vector, and this is the direction beta. Then we will come to calculation part. First to remember what is E1. E1 means electric field intensity D2 dipole moment P cos theta. And this is case 1. What is the formula of case 1? Beta 2 into dipole moment. 2 factor is here. Dipole moment is P cos theta by distance or power Q. Similarly E2. What is E2? E2 is electric field intensity D2 dipole P sin theta, and this is case 2 and direction is opposite to dipole moment. What is the formula? Beta dipole moment by RQ. Case 1 beta 2 into dipole moment by RQ. Case 2 beta only dipole moment by RQ. That's why P sin theta by RQ. Then as P cos theta, P sin theta 90 degree, rectangular component 90 degree to each other. Similarly E1 vector and E2 vector 90 degree to each other. That means they are perpendicular. So by using vector law formula, E is E1 square plus E2 square root over. Then by simply you just calculate the put the value and simply calculate. You can easily see nothing complexity in calculation. Beta square for beta square root over is taken outside beta. P square root over is taken outside P. R6 root over is taken outside RQ. Only remain 4 cos square theta plus sin square theta root over. 4 cos square theta is simply splitted into 3 cos square theta plus cos square theta. Cos square theta plus sin square theta taken as 1. So this is the general formula. Resultant intensity is beta P by RQ 3 cos square theta plus 1 root over. Direction part is beta. You just see the diagram. Beta is how much? If will this triangle, tan beta will be this one by this one. This one means E2. This one is E1. So tan beta is E2 by E1. So beta is equal to tan inverse E2 by E1. By manipulating the formula E2 and E1, so beta will be tan inverse 0.5 tan theta. Just you can check it. This is the general formula. From this general formula, we can also derive the case 1 and the case 2. How? For axial position means point M will be fall down, that theta will be 0. For equatorial position, point M will be this one, so theta will be 90 degree. Keep in mind. For axial position, theta is 0. We will put cos 0 1, 3 plus 1, 4 root over 2, that is beta 2p by RQ. For equatorial position, theta will be 90 degree. Cos theta is in 0, so beta p by RQ. So from general formula, we can also derive case 1 and case 2. And it is very important, we have to compare the result of axial and equatorial. In board exam, many times question comes. Only you say that in axial answer is beta 2p by RQ. For equatorial, beta p by RQ. That means axial magnitude is 2 times equatorial magnitude. But in vector sense, put minus sign here. Because in this case, direction is along the dipole moment, and equatorial position direction is opposite to dipole moment. So in today's video, there are 3 derivations are there. You just listen very mindful and do practice in your copy. The derivation of electric field intensity due to case 1 is axial position or end-on position. Case 2 is your equatorial or perpendicular bisector position. And the third one is your intensity at any position of the electric dipole. So again repeating, the next class we have to some numerals of electric field intensity. Thank you.